machine. It's real simple, a few things to do. We're going to put our bumper on first. It just bolts on the bottom and it bolts on the top. Then we're going to hook up our lights and our winch. You just pick it up, it sets right into place here. Slide it up here. And go ahead and start your top bolts in. This is what your top bolts look like. Your short ones, it's already threaded. They just start right there. Alright, now we're ready to put our bottom bolts in our bumper. Right here is your bolt hole. They just slide right in. Reach in there and put your nuts in. You can do it from the top side. It's a lot easier. It takes a 13 socket and a number 14 wrench. After you get them all started, just go ahead and snug them all up. Alright, now we're ready to hook up our winch wires. All you do is put your positive cable to the top of the winch, which I've done, and put your negative cable to the bottom of the winch. And it takes a number 10 socket and ratchet. Just go ahead and snug them up after you get them started. Alright, now we're ready to install our lights. Make sure you put clips all the way around your lights, the metal clips. Just slide them in and it takes the fillet bolts just like everything else has. They should just slide right in. And go ahead and start all your bolts. Alright, after you get your light in and get it tightened, that right there is what it should look like. Just go over here on the other side of your unit and do the same thing. After you get them both done, you want to come underneath here and plug your lights in. You got your white plug, it plugs in, and then you got your two right here that are color coded, they plug in too as well, right into the connector. After you get them plugged in, just go ahead and take some zip ties and tie them up out of the way. Then you're all ready to go. Alright, now we're ready to finish up the last part of our hood. You're going to take a Phillips bolt here, and you got two number 10 bolts that go right on the bottom side. Go ahead and start those, and then you want to tighten them up, and then we're going to drop our center section in. Alright, now we're ready to finish up our centerpiece here. You want to install 5 clips, 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top. Kind of mash them in to where they set still. You can take an ice pick and move them around to get them to line up. Now we're just going to slide it in like so. Falls right into place, and you just take your Phillips and put them right in. Now the last thing to do is to snap your cover on. It just lines up here in the front and snaps in and turns tight in the back. Alright, now we're ready to install our front fender. That's the last thing we got to do to our front end. You want to make sure that you got a clip here on the bottom and a clip on the top. It also threads through right here. And then you got 4 Phillips bolts that go up through the top of the fender there to hold it on. And then you want a metal clip on the front of your fender. You just want to work it in from the top here. It should just fall right into place. And just clips right in. Alright, after you get your front fender installed, that right there is the way it should work and look. Everything lines up real nice and neat. Just go over on the other side there and do the same thing. Alright, now we've got everything done. We got a couple things left. We're going to put our windshield in and our top on, and we're going to be all finished and ready to crank this thing. What you want to do is take your rubber grommets here and just work them down in the holes. Just push them down and give them a turn there, and they'll fall right in. Do that all the way around the windshield. Then we're ready for the next step. Alright, now that we got our rubber grommets here in our windshield, we're ready to put our metal bushings in. Just press them right in from the front. After you get all those in, we're ready to install the windshield. Now we're just going to lay our windshield right up here. As you can see, it fits real nice and neat. Then we're going to grab our clamps, put our clamps on, and then bolt it. Alright, now we got our clamps on, our bolts in, got everything started and lined up. We're just ready to tighten it up. All you need is a Phillips on the outside and number 10 on the inside. Alright, now we got our top laid up there just to see what it looked like. You want to take these brackets right here, and all you do is take these rubbers on the inside, from boat hole to boat hole. There's a ridge in them. Just work them over these brackets like so. Once you get all your rubbers on your brackets, all you want to do is take your rubber grommets like we did in the windshield and put them in the roof holes. And then you want to take your metal bushings and slide them through the top of your rubber grommets. Throw your clamps on your roll bars, and then we're going to show you how to bolt it. Alright, now we're putting our rubber grommets in our roof, and then we're putting our metal bushings down in our rubber grommets. There's just 4 of them. After you get that done, we're going to lay the roof back up there and put our clamps on and run our bolts and nuts through. Alright, now we're ready to put our clamps on. Just slide them right over your roll bars right there in place. Do the same thing in the front. Make sure your flat side is up and your other side is down. Just go ahead and slide all those on, and then we're ready to bolt. You want to make sure whenever you're bolting this down that you hook your front clamps first, because that'll put your backs where they need to be. Just start your nut right on, you push your clamp right up. Alright, we're finally finished. Last thing to do is fill it full of gas. We put gas in it until it registers up here on our digital dash. Once you got a couple marks up there, then you're ready to fire it up. Alright, now we got gas in our unit. The final thing is to crank it. Just turn your switch on here, and you should hear your fuel pump priming. Wait until after your fuel pump gets done priming, you'll hear it cut off. Then all you got to do is turn the switch, and it should simply just crank right up. That's it. That's it. I hope you enjoyed our video. I hope you learned how to put this thing together. As you can see, this UTV here is one of our easiest UTVs, I think, to put together. It's a little bit time consuming, but if you're patient with it, everything falls right into place. And remember, you've seen it here first, riderswholesale.com.